And I am back. Here's my part 2 to Fear the Walking Do. Fear the Walking Do. I'm sorry. I was getting some food ready. I got like a spam musubi here and some soup. Look at my little cup of soup. And mainly to help my throat because my throat is all scratchy. And oh god, I'm so sorry. I totally slept in because I got back home. I said this in the previous video, so if you don't know why my throat's all scratchy and I'm still kind of drowsy, watch the first part of this video. The first part of episode 13. Hey! Anyway, yeah, my throat hurts, so that's why I have the little cup of soup to help the throat here. I even have some water, because, you know, water. Hang on for a sec, guys. Hang on. I think I just heard my name being beckoned. Sorry about that, guys. I had to help my mom's boyfriend. Oh my god, this camera. But anyway, I had to help my mom's boyfriend with something real quick. He's like lifting something and I need soup. Oh my god, that's like heaven in my throat right now. But anyway, where was I? Shoot, I lost my train of thought, guys. This is horrible. But anyway, ADHD. But anyway, as I said in the previous video, some family stuff was going on, and it was good, happy family stuff. It just got me so exhausted, because, like, I finally got home around, like, 8, almost 9-ish, and, I was just so exhausted from the day. Like, I changed to my PJs, brushed my teeth, clonked out. I'm just gone, you guys, and my throat was, like, really itchy during the night, and I kept drinking water. And, like, yeah. And it was, like, freezing, and, oh my god, speaking of which, it actually started raining a little bit where I am, which I never thought I would see the light of day of that, because, quite frankly, rain is very rare where I'm from right now. So, the fact that it was actually raining, even if it's a little bit, the fact that it's actually raining while I was doing the first part of this video is amaze-beam. But anyway, let's get back to it. This is like pretty much after the flashback. Back on present time, Madison's all opening the gate for Travis only, but manages to keep the other survivors that showed up at the hotel out, right? You know, Travis, he's all like staring blankly at the ocean from the hotel balcony, and he's all asking Madison, "Where's Nick?" Right? And you know, Madison says Nick pretty much ran away, right? Didn't want to be with them, and then she asks in retaliation, "Where's Chris?" So it's like, "Where's your son?" And then she's like, "Where's your son?" Right? It's like in my opinion, it's like a retaliation. It's like, you're gonna ask me where my son is? Where's yours? Huh? Because when we left that little mansion house thingy, my son already left. You were already gone with your son. Anyway, Travis, he's all sitting on the bed, and he becomes, like, overcome with emotions, right? And he's like, "I had no choice." And when I heard that, I was like, what did you do to your son? I honestly thought the worst. Like, I thought maybe, and honestly, when I heard that, when he said I had no choice, I honestly thought that Chris might have done something to maybe trigger Travis to, like, kill Chris or something. Because I was like, he had no choice. And I was like, did you kill your son? Did Chris do something so bad and violent that you had no choice but to kill him off? That's what I honestly thought when I heard that for the first time. I was like, ooh, did Travis just kill his own son, his only child? Unless you start, And I was like, dang, Chris must have done something really bad. If that was a possibility, if that actually legitimately happened, if Travis actually killed, in my opinion, like, and when I first heard it, and I was like, if he actually indeed killed Chris, he must have been really desperate. Chris must have seriously done something really bad that literally Travis had no choice but to put his own son down. 'Cause dang, right? And yeah. Oh my god, this soup. It feels so good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like having a foodgasm. I'm sorry, if you understood what I'm going through, that really painful, scratchy throat, you would understand why hot soup tastes so dang good when it goes down that scratchy throat, yo. Oh my god. Anyway, we actually do find out a little bit because they go back to I want to say a flashback, but we pretty much see what happens on the farm. Apparently, a whole week has passed on the farm since the whole shootout thing. And one of the guys, I think it was Brandon, he announces that they're moving to their next location, right? And Travis is all arguing back. He's like, I don't think James is well enough from his gunshot wound to actually be traveling and moving so quickly. Yes, it's been a week, but James got shot. And I know it's just in the leg, but he still got shot. And I don't think he's, well enough to travel. But James is all like, I'm fine. It's okay. We can travel. Let's go, right? He's pretty much telling them, I'm okay. We can travel. And Derek's all like, if I remember correctly, the other guy, Derek, he's like, they're going back to San Diego. Despite the fact that Travis told them several times, San Diego was destroyed by military. And Travis is all telling Chris, back me up. We saw San Diego. It was destroyed by the military. It was blown up. But Chris says, we may have seen it, but we never really actually went to San Diego. So for all we know, it could still be there with people, their families, right? And so Travis ends up, apparently he wants to carve the farmer's name on the little headstone, the little cross headstone he made, so he finds the driver's license. And Chris is all telling Travis, the group's waiting to leave, and pretty much Travis gets mad at him, right? Because one, Chris did not back him up about the San Diego thing, and two, the farmer died because of Chris, and, so, I'm not surprised that Travis actually snaps at Chris and tells him, wait, let me do this first at least, right? You killed the poor man without remorse, at least let me put his poor name on the blasted cross. Travis then helps the others move James onto the truck, because he can't really move with that leg. And, you can see that James is all wincing from pain, but he keeps assuring them, I'm okay, it's fine. You don't have to worry. Let's go, right? But as they start to drive, the pain for James becomes seriously unbearable for him. You can actually see it in his eyes, right? Sorry, I'm unwrapping my musubi. I'm hungry as freaking heck right now. Anyway, James actually tells Travis, don't tell Brandon about his pain, right? I don't know what the reason is. In all honesty, I honestly think that it's not just because of manly pride anymore. I think there's a serious reason behind the fact that James doesn't want Brandon and them to know that he's in some serious pain. Because despite the pain becoming so unbearable, he doesn't want to say he's in pain in front of his friends. And just before he passes out in the truck, he begs Travis not to tell them, and then he passes out. So it's like, there must be another reason why. It can't just be manly pride getting in the way, right? But then the moment poor James passes out, Travis orders Brandon to stop the truck, right? And then, hang on. That night, though, Travis actually hears his son Chris discussing with Brandon and Derek about actually killing James, which I think might have been the trigger, because like I said, when I first heard Travis say to Madison, I had no choice, I thought he actually killed his son. And because I thought that, I was like, the only reason that would happen is if Chris went way too far, and he had no choice but to kill him. So when I saw that Travis overhears Chris talking to Brandon and Derek about killing James because James isn't getting better, I thought maybe that might have been the trigger. It's like, you already killed the farmer in cold blood without any remorse, and now you're thinking about killing poor James even though there's a possibility that James could survive? Yeah, that might be a trigger right there. But Travis is all insisting to the other three, James will get better. Right? Over time. It's just he needs to rest. Let us rest at the farmhouse long enough for him to recover. And he pretty much snatches Chris's gun and refuses to let them kill James, right? And so, Travis is all guarding James, which I think is pretty cool, because at first he never liked any of these three guys, right? But the fact that he's actually guarding James shows that, Travis has some sympathy for poor James, you know what I mean? Anyway, guarding James away from the others so he doesn't get killed by the others, right? He actually tells James, your friends want to kill you. And James actually explains the reason why he never wanted to tell Brandon and them that he was in more pain was because apparently they had another friend named Troy who became infected, right? And Troy made James and the others, promise him to kill him before he turned into infected. Unfortunately, when the time came, however, Troy changed his mind. He's like, no, don't kill me before I become infected. But James, he apologized to Troy and then just shot him dead. Right? And Travis is like, well, this is different. James, you're not dying. Troy was actually infected. You're not infected. You're just shot in the leg. You can recover from this shot in the leg. Troy, however, he was never going to recover because he was infected. Right? But James insists that it doesn't matter as long as they think he's dying. Which I think is a really weird thing, honestly. But especially if there's a chance. I mean, I've seen people get shot in the leg before. And there are some people that got shot in the leg before. And with very little supplies, managed to, take care of the shot in the leg and survive. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that could happen with James. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm pretty sure that could happen. I've seen worse. I mean, how about those people that actually get lost in the woods or, lost in the wilderness and they manage to survive? I'm pretty sure he can. Yeah. Sorry. I'm really thirsty. And throat. But anyway, the next morning, Chris is all bringing food to his dad in the barn, and Travis admits to... Not Travis, Chris brings food to the barn to Travis, and he's all telling him, I'm scared of Brandon and Derek. Which is kind of questionable to me, because this is Chris. Chris was fighting against his own dad to defend Brandon and Derek in the first place, right? And now all of a sudden he has a change of heart, randomly, this fast, about Brandon and Derek saying he's scared of them. I called BS the moment I saw that, right? And it turns out I was right, because when Travis assures him that he'll be okay, they're all hugging everything. My BS was called because Chris took the gun by tackling Travis, pinning him to the ground. Brandon and Derek rush in, they grab the gun, and they shoot James dead. Despite the fact that plead for mercy, none of that was heard. They shot poor James in the head. Despite the fact that he could have lived. And it's so stupid. Real. And Brandon and Derek later on are loading the truck. Travis like, no, I'm staying behind. Not happening after what you guys did. And he's all trying desperately to get Chris to stay with him. But Chris is like, I'm better off without you. I'm adapted to the new world. You have not adapted to the new world. I don't need you. So he pretty much leaves the farm and his father behind to go with Brandon and Derek. And I thought that was so pathetic. Chris, you're not adapted. You're just a brat. You're the brat of the apocalypse, honestly. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it off to the point in this part where Travis ends up burying poor James along with the farmer and his family and heads toward the wilderness. And I'll see you in part 3, guys. Bye.